Today, I'm going to simulate what happens if you raise Gran Maja as a pet. And yes, I know how that sounds. Because right now, this thing fits in my hand. It looks weird, kind of flat, and honestly a little unfinished. But Gran Maja isn't just a weird, deep-sea creature. If it grows the way researchers think it does, what I'm holding right now will eventually become one of the largest biological masses ever recorded in ocean history. So before this goes completely sideways, I need to figure out 3 things fast. What does it actually need to survive when it's this small? How fast does it grow before a tank becomes a joke? And at what point does raising this thing stop feeling like an experiment and start feeling like a mistake? First, the tank. Gran Maja at this stage looks almost docile, so I gave it cold salt water, a dark lower section, and enough room to move. Standard setup. For about 30 seconds, I thought this was going to be manageable. Then I fed it. I started small. Cut fish, soft tissue, things a juvenile predator should take a few attempts at. It didn't take attempts, it just opened, shifted, and the food was gone. No chase, no wasted energy, just intake. And the weird part wasn't how fast it ate, it was how calm it was doing it. So I ran a second test. I cut the feeding in half and waited. That was my first real mistake. Because the second food started showing up less often, the behavior changed. It stopped staying near the bottom, started sitting higher in the water, started turning every time I walked past the glass. That's not a hungry animal looking for food. That's an animal figuring out the pattern. 3 weeks later, the tank was finished. Not broken, it just stopped making sense as a container. I moved Gran Maja into a reinforced pool. Over 6,000 liters of cold salt water, full filtration, the works. And seeing it in there for the first time was genuinely unsettling because it didn't explore the space the way an animal normally would. It went straight to the edges. One wall, then the next, then the next. Like it was measuring. Feeding at this stage was a whole operation. We're talking whole fish, large tuna cuts, swordfish. The food budget was getting ridiculous. Depth, unknown. Direction, consistent. It wasn't fleeing, it was moving towards something. And whatever that was, it had already made that decision long before I even noticed it was gone. I thought I was running an experiment. Turns out, so was it. This was a simulation, but the growth patterns, the behavioral shifts, the feeding efficiency, all modeled from real biology. If something like Gran Maja actually existed out there, we'd probably find out the same way I did. Subscribe and comment what creature I should raise next.